Hola, fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Grab yourself a healthy snack and a beverage, or whatever, I don't care anymore. And let's talk about why do guppies die after having babies. Stand by. Alright, fishy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about why guppies die after giving birth. There's a bunch of different reasons. I'm going to talk about my top 3, and we'll go from there. Of course, if you see any guppies you like while watching this video, check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com. Alright, why do guppies die after giving birth? Like I said in the intro, there's a bunch of different reasons, but my top 3 reasons are pretty easy to fix and pretty simple and self-explanatory. And let's talk about number 1. You have weak stock. It's not uncommon to go to a big box store or even local fish stores. You buy guppies, they're already stressed, they're already weak from, whatever, transportation, and plus, their living conditions may not be the greatest. Then you get them and throw them in your tank. That's even more stressful. Typically, if you have a pregnant guppy that you've purchased and you bring it into your fish room or your tank, the stress of putting them in a new tank in a new environment will trigger her to have babies sometimes. It happens quite often in my import orders. In fact, I have 5 or 6 grow out tubs right here on my workbench for fry that were born from that. And so if you buy weak stock, plus the stress of having babies, it kills them. It's just a fact of life. Which is why I recommend only buying from, a good local fish store where you've seen the guppies now for a few days at least, preferably a few weeks in their tanks, and they're doing well and they're healthy. Or obviously you could buy from me or other online sellers and breeders, but certainly weak stock is the #1 cause of death in guppies, not just while having babies, but in general. But if you throw the stress of having babies and weak stock, it's probably going to happen. All right, number 2, also pretty easy to fix, but simply low nutrients in the water for the fishies. So let's say you buy healthy stock. Let's say you get guppies from michaelsfishroom.com and you want to breed them. You buy a beautiful pair of red dragon guppies. You acclimatize them to your water. Everything is doing great. You have the perfect tank set up. And after about 2 or 3 drops, you notice the female dropping less guppies and looking weaker and weaker. And you think to yourself, I don't know what's going on. Well, look at your food. If you're feeding low protein food or low quality food, they're not getting the nutrients they need. It's very stressful, dropping 30 or 40 fry at a time every 28 days if you're a guppy. So if you have weak guppies, or you're feeding, basically you're not giving them enough nutrition, it's easy to fix. Get a high quality food. Dr. Basilier's, Legit is a good brand. I like Northfin as well. All these brands, there's a bunch of high quality brands, but if you're sticking with the Tetra or the Hikari, that's probably where your problem lies. In addition, you can also add vitamin supplements like Vita Chem. I have Vita Chem in the fish room. I haven't used it in a while because I feed very, very high quality food. Dr. Basilier's, baby brine shrimp, Cyclops, things like this. But if you were feeding a lower quality and you want to bump up their health, you may want to try the Vita Chem. There'll be a link down in the description for Vita Chem from KJE Aquatics. All right, the last reason, and this one applies to reason 1 and 2 also, is stress. If you have a breeding tank, you're going to have plenty of hiding spots for that mama who's dropping babies. You're going to have low flow. You're going to have a sponge filter, not a hang-on back or anything like that. You're going to be able to shut the lights off if needed. But like I said in the beginning, most importantly, plenty of hiding spots. Lots of Java moss, lots of plants, floating plants, planted plants, whatever. You're going to have lots of them because, remember, guppies in the world want to do 3 things. They want to eat, they want to poop, and they want to And after doing this, they drop fry, but because they want to eat, other guppies, including the mama, may eat the fry because we all know, tender and delicious. In case you're not sure, tender and delicious. In fact, you should check out my Teespring store to buy this shirt. How do you fix the stress, right? Well, if you have your tank set up perfectly, there's nothing you can do. However, if your tank doesn't have enough hides, doesn't have enough places for them to sneak into and drop the babies, more than likely, if they do drop the fry, they're going to be so stressed that they will die. But if they don't drop the fry, they'll reabsorb them, which is also very stressful. So the mamas hold the eggs inside, and then when they're ready to be born, they pop out, the backside, live bearers. But in the egg stage, they can reabsorb those eggs if they feel like they can't drop fry because the fry won't survive. So that's also very stressful. So you want to watch that. So really, you want good stock, good food, and as less stress as possible. That's as less stress in case you thought I stumbled, which I didn't, but I did. So folks, real quick, let's summarize. Like I said, good food, good stock, plenty of places for the guppies to hide. Now, I've done a bunch of videos on how to breed guppies. I'll link them up here for you to take a look, but that's my top 3 reasons. Now, there are other reasons, diseases and other predators in the tank picking on them. But for the most part, those 3 reasons will solve probably about 80%, 90% of your guppies dying after birth problem. Start with healthy stock, maintain them with good food, add Vita Chem if you have to, and set the tank up properly for them. All right, fishy folks, that does it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great Thanksgiving here for the United States, and if you're somewhere else, too bad we have a holiday, because of course, if you see any guppies while you're watching this video, check out that you... Of course, while watching this video, if you see any guppies that you want to buy, check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com. We will be shipping all throughout the winter season as long as the temperatures are above 30 degrees. Sorry, no. Of course, while watching this video, if you see any guppies that you want to purchase and breed yourself, check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com. We will be shipping all throughout the winter season as long as the temperatures are above 40. And if you do order, please keep in mind the weather on your journey, as well as, no, you're going to start over. Of course, while watching this video, if you see any guppies you would like to buy because they're sexy like me, check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com. We will be shipping throughout the winter season as long as the temperatures where you are and where I am are above 40. Please keep in mind, overnight shipping is the way to go. I know it's expensive, but I don't make any money on shipping. That's just how much it is. You don't care. The number 2 reason why guppies die after giving birth, simply poor nutrition. You may have healthy guppies and you're feeding, how shall I put this? Low quality food. And you have low TDS. Now,